Let's see here. God, angels, ancestors, guides, guardians, Holy Spirit, I ask for your divine protection of these messages. Please don't let anything intrude with the messages that you deliver for our highest consciousness, for our spiritual growth, to love ourselves and to love others. What message do you have for us? Okay, clearing debts. We have sever vows of poverty. I know that's right. Sorry. What else we got? I'm sorry. I got my windows open, you guys, because the kids want to play. But we have clearing debts. It says your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts. Hear me now. Financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. So, do we owe somebody emotionally? Do we have an emotional debt to somebody? Are we the only ones taking from something? But the next question is why is there a financial or emotional debt? Did we borrow money from somebody that we said that we would pay back? Or are we just not holding up to our end of the bargain? Honestly, it's time to clear those debts, okay? And sever vows of poverty. This goes not only in financial constitutions, but in all of your relationships. Because if we're focusing on green, look at this. This is green. 2 different shades of green here. Well, I don't know if you would consider that a green. It's almost blue to me. But is dealing with the heart chakra. The heart chakra rules the houses of finances and love. So those two are connected. When you feeling good, you're doing good. When you're confident and you're moving in integrity, you're all right. So if you're in debt, it's time to ask for forgiveness. And it's not for somebody else or ask the divine forgiveness, but it's to ask you because you are divine. Ask yourself for forgiveness for putting yourself in that hole. You're going through some tough things, but also in relationships. This is clearing debt with yourself. You owe it to yourself to love yourself and to do better and to move higher. You got a legacy. Just waiting to see how bomb you are. Sever vows of poverty. It says, dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you have made consciously or unconsciously in a lifetime. As you do so, all effects of those vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Listen, sometimes you don't need closure. The only closure you need is the mind that you made up to decide that you deserve better. You can say, you know what? I'm sorry, honey, that ain't the type of relationship I want to invest in because I see what the outcome is going to be and there's not going to be any gains in it, okay? Except for you. But I'm not going to be taking L's because I feel obligated to love you. I'm not a slave to my love. I'm not a slave for you. This ain't Britney Spears. I ain't Britney Spears over here singing I'm a slave for you. Nah, honey. That power and dominion, I've conquered that with the divine. I'm going to let the divine handle that. I'm into power building, spiritual strength, muscle building. What is it that you are holding yourself back on? Clearing debts. Clear that stuff up so more abundance can flow into you. Your lack mindset has you stuck in vows of poverty, choosing poor situations and making poor decisions. Some of this religious stuff that we've been programmed to has us making vows of poverty. For what? Who says I'm poor? I was not born poor. I was born divine. Perfect. Not a fucking wrinkle on me. Juicy, plump, healthy, full head of hair, big brown eyes, beautiful red lips, a clean spirit. But you want to put me in poverty? You want to put me in debt? For what? I can wipe the slate clean at any minute. Just because you holding on to something of a transgression does not mean it's mine. So you clear your debts and I'm going to clear mine. Okay? Nobody has to sit in poverty. I'm going to read about this. Clearing debts. What page is this? Page 30. It says, this card is both acknowledgement and guidance. The angels of abundance can see how debt is causing you worry and pulling your energy down. So they are guiding you to they are guiding you to consistently pay off your financial obligations. Even if this takes a long time, you will at least feel better knowing that you're making progress. When we asked the angels of abundance for an easy and effective method by which to pay off debt, they passed on the following technique. They said to calculate the total amount you are paying per month for all your debts. Continue paying this amount to your credit card. Immediately stop increasing your credit card balance, and soon you will have paid off at least one of your debts. That is a feat in itself, and you can celebrate with that. Continue paying this amount to your credit card immediately to stop increasing, let me go back here. Once you have cleared all your debts, so once you've done so, take the monthly amount you were paying toward that obligation and then spread it among the other debts you are paying off. So it's like you're going to continue to pay that debt even though it's paid off, and tack it on to the other ones that you have. This will pay them off even faster. The secret is that you never pay less per month than you are right now. And you pay that same amount to a smaller and smaller pool of lenders. This will enable you to incrementally get out of debt. So you're going to figure out how much you can afford to pay on your debt, and then you're going to divide that up. Once you pay one off, start with the smallest one first. You know what I mean? So at least you can get that out the way and you can feel confident, like, wow, I did something. Okay, chip away at it slowly. Yeah, the big ones hanging over your head, but those little ones, at least you can get those paid off, and it'll show on your credit that you actually doing something. You trying. All right, let's see. It says, working with a debt consolidator or a free in-person or online support group like Debtors Anonymous, which lists meetings on debtorsanonymous.org. I'm going to repeat that again. debtorsanonymous.org may also help you to get a handle on your finances, and it will also help with any compulsive shopping issues. This card can also refer to any, this card can also refer to an emotional debt where you feel beholden to someone out of guilt. I'm going to stop right here just for a second. A lot of times we get into relationships and we future fake. And you feel like, yeah, well, I told him that, and now I'm indebted because that's what I said. But sometimes it's time to have that conversation. Be like, hey, I know I said this, but really, I feel like I don't think that's plausible right now. So I'd like to hold off on that idea. And maybe once things clear up for you or clear up for me, or I see that we're coming into alignment, maybe we could go back and talk about it again. But for right now, that's not something that I can do. And a lot of us, we make promises, we have ideas, they sound really good, things that we want to do. And I'm guilty of this a lot. That I say I want to go do something, and I kind of get my hopes up and other people's hopes up around me. And then when it's time to follow through, it's like, well, something happened. And then I feel even worse about it. And now I have an emotional debt. And then by the time I go to fulfill that emotional debt, or fulfill my end of the bargain, it's not as fulfilling for me or for them. And it's almost like, well, why did I do that? Why did I feel obligated to do that? Instead of just being honest. And so I had to start living in my truth. It says this energy has been dragging you down and affecting your moods, motivation levels, and abundance flow. Let's now call upon the Archangel Michael and the angels of abundance to release the cords connected to guilt, fear, or shame that have been controlling you. Don't let the shoulda, coulda, wouldas control you. A simple apology, or even just a note or a card or something, maybe to yourself. I don't know, but you know what this means for you. You are now free to choose actions, career goals, and relationships based upon love and not fear. The opposite of fear is love. When you feel confident in yourself, that you know how to make sound decisions, and you trust yourself enough to say, hey, I'm not going to people please. I'd like to do that, but honestly, it's not right for me right now at this time. You know how awesome that is? You know how brave that is? Not many people do that. And it's a wonderful thing, and it's empowering. Like when I started doing that, instead of lying or just people pleasing or doing things, I said it again, I'm going to be redundant, empowered. But also it's like I took my power back, I took my control back, and I know how much I can give and how much I can take without feeling that I'm being robbed or being used. I can't play the martyr or the victim. And it's okay to move forward in love because I know that I got it. And if I honor a relationship with a friend or a coworker or a boss, any type of ship that we are sailing in, okay? Where was I going to go with this? Oh yeah. Then I'm free to love. And if I got it, you got it. But the minute that I see that you're about to jump ship and you're a pirate, I'm not going to move in fear. I'm just going to know that I love myself more, that I will defend myself. And I'm going to let you know that I defend myself. But I'm not going to do it in a way that that is desperate, or what am I looking for? Without self-esteem. No ego attached to it, but it's just a matter of fact. But you can move forward in all ships based upon love. In some cases, this card comes to you with the good news that your debt is now clearing up. In this instance, the angels congratulate you on taking excellent care of yourself. Yes, I'm proud of you. And I'm proud of myself. I can pat myself on the back. Sever vows of poverty. That one. That one right there. Man, 105. Page 105. It says, this card means that your finances are being affected by vows of poverty that you have taken in the past. At one time, it was common for spiritual and religious seekers, monks, and nuns to take vows of sacrifice, including forsaking personal income and comforts. Vows of poverty, self-denial, and chastity can block you in this lifetime. If you have, I'm going to pause right here. Vows of poverty, self-denial. You know you're royalty. Who told you that you're supposed to be shabby? You don't gotta be the one that likes cars and big houses and mansions and stuff like that. But at least you could be secure. You could eat. You could have a home. You could have love surrounding you. You could have a sound mind. That sounds rich and wealthy to me. But it's even greater than that. Who put a cap on you? Why you capping? If you are the extension of the source, then you are limitless. Regardless of what your physical constraints are, there's always another way around it. Why deny yourself? And chastity. On top of that, did you know we can have blocks, creative blocks in our life because we're not sexually active with the right partners? Why are you just denying yourself the love and sexual abundance? Why are you choosing people who don't want to give back to you? It has to be an energy exchange where you feel alive. Not because it's a drug addiction, but somebody, like when you're done, you want to feel electricity. You want to feel revived again. It doesn't matter how tired your body is. It's like, wow, my spirit is uplifted. Chastity? You got to hold back. Says if you have a chronically negative patterns with respect to your finances and relationships, it helps to release their hold over your life. This is nothing to fear, and anyone can do this. It's a matter of saying aloud or silently, whatever you prefer, I hereby sever and release any vows of poverty, self-denial, I hereby sever and release any vows of poverty, self-denial, self-sacrifice, or chastity that I may have made in any lifetime. And I ask that all effects of those vows be forever undone in all directions of time for everyone involved. And it's wild. And thank you, Spirit, for the synchronicities and the signs. I have been trying to call my children's father for 2 days now, for good reason. And when he calls now, it's because I have made vows of poverty. He was a poor relationship, But it leads me to say this. In that relationship, you know when you lay down and be like, this your pussy? This your pussy, daddy? Or he'd be like, that's my this your dick? You mine forever? I love you forever? When you're saying things like that, that's a vow of poverty. If they're not good for you, if they're in a karmic energy, in a codependent energy, where they undermine your relationship, they never make you feel quite balanced. You're always trying to figure out how to balance things, how to balance the book. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, going between two different bank accounts. It was an unhealthy one. Trying to balance your mind all the time, trying to balance my hormones all the time. Trying to figure out if I was okay because he was gaslighting me all the time. Trying to make me feel like my sound mind wasn't sound. And it would make me second guess it because I was a slave to my love. Because I took a vow of poverty. Why? We sell ourselves so short on what we call love. A lot of us really do. And it's time to stop doing that. I'm so glad that came up. Be mindful. And I just had a conversation with somebody else the other day about that. Be mindful of what you say when you're laying down with people. Because just because you say something in the heat of the moment, that's passion. Did you know sex is a ritual? It is a ritual. The positions that you are in is a ritual. The magic and the connection that you are making is a ritual. Each tantric breath is kundalini energy. You're making something. You are manifesting something. What are you manifesting? I was calling him because he needs to clear his debt with me. Okay? And he's been avoiding it. Now that I'm talking about it, now that Spirit's exposing it, okay, now it wants to be interrupted. Nah, player. Nah, we not doing that. I'm taking my life back as well as you. I want you guys to take your life back too. You don't gotta be poor and you don't have to stay in poor relationships. It's okay to give back to the needy when they need it. In life, we all need each other. One hand washes the other. We're no better than one another, but game recognized game. And I can see what level you're on once I am assertive and I see what's going on inside of me. And the reason why I choose this debt. Why do we choose that debt? Like I said, who put a cap in that ass? Was it your parents? Was it your teachers? Your friends? Your family? Do you feel guilty for doing better than the people around you? Or do you feel guilty because you're not doing as good as people around you? Now, are you in an energy of envy? Apologize to yourself for that. When you know better, you do better. And if you don't have all the answers, start looking for them. Ask God, ask your angels, your ancestors. Please point me in the direction and help me to be mindful of the signs and synchronicities that you send to me. And I will obey, I will follow. Because I know that you're leading me to my highest good, that you called me for, my highest potential. I'm going to live in that instead of lack. It says your body may shudder as you release this pent-up energy. And as soon as you do so, you should notice improvements in your abundance flow and relationships. You only need to sever these vows one time, and their effects are lifted. So again, I'm going to let you read it. Right here. I hereby sever and release any vows of poverty, self-denial, self-sacrifice, or chastity that I may have made in any lifetime. And I ask that all effects of those vows be forever undone in all directions of time for everyone involved. I don't gotta jump when you say jump. I don't gotta move when you say move. That's between me and the divine. I'm breaking chains right now, and so are you. You're breaking chains. All right, you guys. Have a good night.